This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your big homie, Kodak, and you're tuned in to another episode of the Big Homie's House. Happy holidays, everybody. We got a big homie in the building. First time on the show. First time guest. Not his first time in the building. Trill AC! What's happening?
My brother, what's up, baby? We here.
Yeah, you know, how you feeling, man? Welcome to the Atlanta.
Incredible, man. We
Houston
here.
and Atlanta got a lot of things in common.
A lot of things.
Yeah,
a lot of things. Some may frown on some of the things that we have in common, but we do have a lot in common.
Yeah, you know, B King said the business. Welcome to Houston. Everybody fucking
Right,
everybody.
Exactly.
So you in town this weekend for the tonight's conversation.
Yes, sir.
So, but let's get into Trill AC. For the people that's not familiar with you, give them a little background on you. Then we're gonna get straight into this conversation, tonight's conversation.
Look, man, Trill AC, originally from Port Arthur, Texas, man, land of the Trill, UGK, Pimp C, rest in peace. Yeah, man, I grew up out there, went to school in Houston, graduated, and just stayed there for real.
Yeah.
As far as podcasting and social media, I never wanted to be a part of this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What was your original, I guess, plan of action? What did you really want to get into?
Well, I want to be an engineer. And then
an engineer?
Yeah,
like what type of engineer? Like music engineer, or you want to build shit?
No, I want to build shit. Chemical engineer. Yeah. Cause you know
chemical engineer?
Yeah, 'cause we from Port Arthur. That's land of refineries.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Land of
I know
refineries.
that's the land of Pimp C and Bun B.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like but again, it started out on Twitter, man. Like Twitter. Back 2009, 2010, like you had to be, well, you probably know, but everybody who don't know, 2009, 2010, you had to be there. It was a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
And I started picking up steam on there, built a little following on there and shit. And, you know, we used to have little kickbacks, parties, stuff like that. And then my cousin, you know, we used to be like recording some of, you know, like an argument happened in the middle of the function. Y'all drinking, y'all talking shit. We'll put a little bit of it online. They like, man, what the rest of it? What the rest of it?
Yeah.
We like, nah, ain't no rest of it. That was just the energy. So
that was it.
Like, hey, bro, we need to start doing this shit for real, packaging this shit by a camera.
So that's how crew season came about.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
In 2017, we was just shooting content, literally man, woman content. We called it Battle of the Sexes.
Yeah.
And yeah, the clips just start taking off on Twitter. We was running it through Twitter at first. We wasn't touching nothing else. And somewhere around 2020, we was like, look, man, let's go ahead and broaden it out. Instagram, TikTok. Me and you chopped it up by TikTok back in the day. Clubhouse really kicked it off for real. And then, so he's like, man, let's just make a podcast. First, we just shooting content, but then it turned into a podcast. And then once it turned into a podcast, clips started going viral. That shit just took off.
Are you ever amazed by, like, the people that your content reaches? Like, have you ever had a conversation with somebody that you didn't, or somebody that you were inspired by? You're like, man, I've seen your shit. Like, damn, you seen my shit?
Yeah. We recently went to LA for the BT Awards and performed out there. And we was chopping it up with like a few people, man. They was just like, I knew you loved that, which is the dope part about it, because I post, especially back then, I was posting most of my clips on the crew season page. So nobody knew my name.
Yeah.
They just know, you got a podcast.
Yeah,
you
look
podcast
familiar.
dude, right? Yeah. So it's like, we just getting recognized everywhere, brother. It went from, you know, locally, you know, you get a little local fame to now everywhere we go. I can't go nowhere. Airport, restaurant, whatever. It's like, hey, man, love what you do. Recently, last week, we was going to the venue coming out, fire truck parked outside.
Yeah.
Dude in the driver's seat of the fire truck, he hop out, hey, bro, you look familiar. I say, yeah. Social media probably said, yeah, I knew it. Man, I be sending my girl your videos all the time. I be trying to talk to her through you. Folks out there, we sat out there 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He running through, man, you help me with this. I appreciate that. And it's just like, damn, nah, this shit really got some reach for real.
Yeah.
You know
I feel like a lot of people, like, when they get into this line of work, they want to go for, like, the big celebrity clips. They want the big celebrity interviews. They want that type of engagement, man. And I'm telling you, those people are a lot harder to get. Like, I started at Big Homie's House. It was just me and some people I was cool with the very first episode, and that shit went crazy.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
like, you can generate. You're going to be able to generate a lot more consistent conversation with the people that's closest to you. Now, I was speaking at Clark Atlanta a few weeks ago, and I was like, you know, even when you networking, like, you don't. It's cool to network up. It's great to network up, actually. But if you can network with the people that's with you, these are the same people that's gonna be up in a few years.
The thing, brother. And that's how I came into it with that mindset. Like, I just never wanted to be the type of dude like, hey, I'm coming to you with my palms up.
Yeah.
I wanted to build my own thing, and in that way, people start respecting that. They say, nah, he making noise with people from his city, from people that ain't famous, from people that And that's what happened.
Yeah.
So then you got celebrities get to reaching out like, hey, bro, I love what you're doing.
Exactly.
Let's collab. Let's work.
And also for people that's watching, like, you have to realize, like, and Sunday Digital was talking about something adjacent to this earlier today. He was talking about like how producers will, artists and producers will sample a song, but it's not really a sample; it's the whole song.
Right. Right.
So like, we don't really know if we're fans of you or the song that we're already familiar with.
Exactly.
So if you're a content creator and you're leaning on having celebrity guests as everything, that's the part of your show,
right?
Like, that's not really going to be sustainable, because are people really tuned in for your celebrity guests, or are they just you? Is it you that they're tuning in for?
And that's the thing. Like, when we first started the pod, I was like, I don't want no guests. I want it to just be us. I want to build a foundation, and in that way, once we get to bringing people on, it'd be like, oh shit, I can't wait to see what the collab is gonna look like between them. But when you start out guest base, it's like, don't get me wrong, it's cool if you got a big ass Rolodex. But most people don't got a big Rolodex.
Most people don't. Most people that starting off in this do not have that list of people that they can just call and be like, hey, I'm doing this, come pull up.
Straight up, you know what I mean? So now you gotta talk about the paying situation. A lot of these celebrities be charging crazy numbers for interviews and different things like that. And it's just like, if you ain't got the money, it's gonna fizzle out quick. But like we said, if you build your own situation, they gonna come to you. You ain't gonna have to reach out to them. They gonna come to you.
Exactly. No, I agree. So let me get into my first question that I got lined up for you. So do you think, for you, you're married, right?
Right.
So how long have you been with your girl?
We've been married 7 years.
Wow. So do you think in this, because 7 years, okay, so 15 years, I think the current social media era probably started like 15 years ago.
Right.
Do you think like it's harder to date now in this current social media stage that we're in?
It depends on what you want to get out the dating. Right?
If somebody's looking for marriage, like long term, locked in, this is mine. Is it going to be harder dating now?
Definitely. I think it boils down to option fatigue. Back in the day, our generation, we probably the last generation of people who live part of our life without social media.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody after us is going to be done walked into some type of social media. But I think a lot of people suffer from option fatigue. And what I mean by that is, it's like, you can go to your Instagram, especially if you got a little motion, you got a little money, you got some jewelry, dress nice, whatever the case may be. Like, you're going to have a decent amount of options. Or if you're a woman in the opposite case, you look good, shape nice, whatever the case may be, you're going to have a bunch of dudes in your DMs.
Absolutely.
So what happened is that get programmed into your mind. Now you go into the relationship feeling like, oh, I don't really need to be here for real. I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out of this situation. And the first mistake you make, I'm about to go see what my options talk about.
Yeah.
In comparison to back in the day, how grandparents and shit, like you try to pull the baddest woman in your neighborhood or your city, and that was that. You didn't know what chicks in LA is doing.
Yeah.
You didn't know what chicks in Arizona is doing. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna be way more locked in and willing to make that work in comparison to the data where I can go on my phone, literally close my eyes, scroll, and stop and pick a woman and I can see her tonight.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, option fatigue kills people. But the key to that is that they not really options.
Yeah.
They seem like options,
Yeah.
but they ain't really options.
Exactly.
And, you know what I mean? That's what people got to learn the hard way.
It's like, they say the kid in the candy store analogy. Like,
Right.
yeah, you in the candy store, but nigga, realistically, you're not finna get all these Snickers.
Exactly.
You gonna pick one candy that you like. Like when you was a kid and your parents took you to Toys R Us.
Right.
Yeah, it looked cool. Like you in Toys R Us, you going through the magazine like, oh, I'm gonna get this toy, this toy, this toy. Realistically, you finna get one toy.
It's real rough.
Not only like is that all you can afford, that's all you gonna be able to play with for real. And not saying like women are things to play with, but I'm saying that's the only thing that's gonna get your attention.
Right.
Like if you're really locked in with somebody, you not gonna want to be around a whole bunch of people.
Right.
That's how I am. Like when I'm really locked in with somebody, like it's cool to have like if you have people that you texting or like people that you lightweight flirting with, like it's cool. But like I had to start the day like I'm gonna see if I can get her number. Man, I'm not even about to text that girl for real.
You don't even want to go through the process.
I don't.
Of that. Getting to know you, question games, where you from, what you like, what you do. It's like
And then it's like it's just a way. It's just a waste of time. Like, but I'm 34, so
me too.
I'm beyond that phase of just like talking to people just for the sake of talking. Because I'm never. I said this on the radio last week. Like I'm single, but I'm not lonely. Like
Right.
I got people to talk. I don't need any more friends. And that's another topic too. Like, what do you think about the friend zone? Is the friend zone a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing if you got other aspirations.
So is a man wrong for not wanting to be in the friend zone? Like, if I'm talking to a chick and she's like, you know what, I like you better as a friend. Like, shit, I don't want to talk to you at all then, because that's
it's over with.
Yeah, it's like if I like a dog and you can look at the dog, but you can't have the dog. Motherfucker, I don't want to look at the dog then.
Yeah, but it's like, which is what tripped me out about women, right? It's like, why would you want that man to stay there if his intentions ain't pure?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what the part that I disagree about, the platonic friendship shit. I think that it's possible, but it's very rare. You understand? Like, it's possible for me to go to the go to the gas station and buy a winning lotto ticket. But is it likely? No, it's not likely. So when we talking about platonic friendship, men, women, things of that nature, it's like, if one person wants more, the whole friendship jeopardized.
Yeah.
And the reason is because, like, when you come to me and we friends, you're going to come to me for dating advice and shit. But if I really want you, the advice I give you is probably not going to be beneficial to you for real.
Exactly.
I'm going to man, leave that nigga, man.
I'm about to sabotage your shit.
You know what I mean?
Wow,
so
he doing all that? Wow, I would never do you like that, but that's just me. That's just me.
Never.
That's just me.
So yeah, the friendship is jeopardized. But you know what I'm noticing is that a lot of women would rather, like, a man stay there and, like, praise them, even though they know they want more.
Because a guy, it's a lot more beneficial for a guy being a woman's friend than a woman being a guy's friend.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot more beneficial because I have homegirls and, like, they ain't gonna really, like, you're not gonna really be there for, like, me, for, like, my niggas will be there for me. So I can't really say you a friend because, one, have you seen how women treat their friends?
Terribly. Like, when you get a girl, or when a girl start liking you a lot, you get a front row seat to that part of things. She don't want to hang with them. She don't want to go out. She don't want to do her. Like, when they call, she annoyed. Damn, this bitch calling me again. Like, damn, I thought that was your homie.
That's your friend. Like, I've seen how girls talk about their friends behind their back. I don't want you to be my friend. So the fact that you said, oh, well, we could be friends, you're not a good friend. You're not. So if all I'm getting is a friend, the friend part of you, it's not really beneficial for me.
Right.
Now, if I'm a friend with benefits, maybe we can work that a little bit out.
Things start to balance.
It's a little bit more balanced because I'm cool. Like, if I'm trying to cuff, if I'm trying to make you mine, and you don't want to be that, but you're like, you know what, we can still link with and you know, do that.
Right.
Cool. That's perfect. This is a great runner-up prize. But if it's just me running errands for you,
giving you advice, being that shoulder to lean on, even though you know you're not going nowhere.
You're not
coming
going
to me asking me for advice that you're not gonna use.
And mentally it's taxing because I don't want to deal with nobody else's problems that I don't have to deal with.
Exactly. I got enough.
My
own life, baby. I got a million things going on. I don't want to hear about this dude that you're not gonna leave, or that you're gonna leave and go back 3 days later.
Exactly. So, and then you're gonna look at me crazy because, like, shit, once I'm done with somebody, I'm done with somebody. So I'm already judging you.
Right.
Because
You're subconsciously I'm judging this shit out here.
I'm judging you. Because why is it taking all this for you to leave this man? Like, you tell me he doing this. Oh, I hate him. Leave.
Bro, that's one thing I noticed, though. It's a lot of women would rather be miserable than to start over and live in the unknown. Like, at least if I'm miserable, this is my form of miserable that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
I know his downfalls. I know his deficits, and I done got used to that. I would rather be miserable over here than roll the dice and possibly be happy in an area of unknown. And that's what I'm learning. And the wild part is they be like, oh, that's young girls do that. No. Older women do that too.
Because they live in that comfortability. Now, I can say sometimes men ain't no much better. I don't think men really care about their happiness in relationships like that.
I agree.
Like, men's happiness ain't even important to them. Like, it's more like, shit, I'm just used to this.
That's what I was about to say.
And also, I feel like men are more accepting of their woman's flaws.
For sure.
Like, if I know my girl gonna overreact to some shit, I just know that's how you is.
Right.
So I gotta prepare for that. Whereas if I snore too many times, this motherfucker
gonna be a problem.
She gonna be start looking at other options. You feel me?
That's real though. Like, when you spoke about the routine piece, I say that all the time. I say it's a lot of men that's more in love with their routine than they are their woman. And that's just real. Like, you think about just how men are wired, right? Like, we gonna drive the same way to work every day.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna wear the same 3-4 pairs of jeans
Yeah.
every week. Like, we gonna eat the same thing when we excited to celebrate. We going to the same restaurant we always go to. We like routine. We like familiarity. You see what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
And when that woman leaves and shit, and he be down, a lot of times he ain't even down because she left. He down because now my routine
I gotta
is
change
broken.
something.
That's
It's
it,
like,
brother.
and that's why I feel like even when we're talking about like the dating and talking stage, the early phase of things, right? Sometimes men will be head over heels in that talking phase. Like, you 3 days in a consistent communication, like, this is my wife.
We good.
This is my wife. And the whole, I've become accustomed to it. Like, now, I've had multiple talking phases in 2024 alone.
Right.
So now I'm to the point where, like, I can't even like you too much. Something gonna happen.
Yeah.
In a week, 2 weeks, a month,
bracing for it.
Something is gonna happen, and 10 times out of 10, some shit has happened. And then it's like I have to. It's not the fact that I'm missing out on this person.
Right.
I'm missing out on the feeling that came with that. Like, damn, that was some good shit.
Right.
And then you're thinking about all the things that you should have done. Like, damn, I tried to love that bit. I should have just hit when I had the chance.
Right.
You feel me?
I try to give her promotions. She wasn't qualified.
Exactly. What you was about to say though?
Nah, I was gonna say when you said you had a lot of talking situations, like what's the main issue in terms of things going left? Is it that you like put too much on her as far as expectations that she falls short? Or like what's the main thing that go wrong?
I think for me it's been a different thing. I think like the one that I was most excited about earlier this year, I think I was the rebound nigga. I think I was just the nigga she was supposed to just fuck on in between getting over her man, but we caught feelings. And once my trial period was up, like, shit, I'm about to go back to this nigga. It was like damn. I thought it was something that it wasn't. Granted, she did tell me it was something that it wasn't, but that's women, they're gonna talk their shit.
Of course.
They're gonna talk their shit. So I can't really hold that against her. But in general, like the main thing is just expectations. Right. Expectations in relationships. Because I am in the stage where shit, I'm like, if we a match, shit. You don't gotta show me too many signs. Right. I like you. I like you, and I'm the type of person I'm very charismatic. Like if you get to like when women get to know me outside of like the shit that they see on the internet, they see like I'm a completely different person. Like sometimes I like even with the shit that's going viral today, I'll comment some shit and don't even agree with it. I'm just trying to keep this engagement going.
Of course,
you feel me? Like it's a job. You feel me? But when they get to know me as a person and not like a media personality, then I'm a cool guy. You feel me?
Here's a question on how hard is it to juggle that, because you are a guy that got motion. You are a guy that know a bunch of people. You got you got your own wave. A lot of women say that they want that type of man.
Oh, they don't want it.
I want a man that's successful. I want a man that's respected. I want a man that got motion. And then they get in that situation and the insecurity jump out the window. Have you ran into that?
I've recently, like maybe end of July, early August, because I am somebody like even today, like I was having an internal battle with myself. Like, damn, I'm comfortable. I'm at home. It's holiday. Do I really want to record today? Yes, because this is my business. This is my job. You feel me? So I'm at the point now where like in situations like that, I realize if you are doing the same thing that you've always done, you'll always get the same results. That's real, right. So I have to step out of my comfort zone. Even when I'm comfortable, I have to go out and do things that most people aren't going to do, because that's what successful people do. But I know that what comes with that, you can attest to this. This is a 7-day, 24-hour thing. This is a 7-day, 24-hour thing. Ain't no days off. There are times where, like, I remember one time I was on the phone with this girl, but it was in the middle of my show. So I had already recorded the show, but there are things that you have to do to promote it while it's going on. For sure. So I'm on the phone with her. And I'm like, okay, hold on, let me make this post real quick. Hold on, let me let me send this. Let me do this. Let me do this. And then it's like, oh, well, you can just call me back. What? I'm never gonna be not doing anything.
You got a whole attitude, but again, which is my issue, right? Is that you know what you signed up for.
This is yes.
If you wanted a guy that work a 9 to 5, come home every day, and just we just gonna sit in the backyard and barbecue and stuff like that every week or whatever. Yeah, you knew that wasn't me. But again, women say one thing in regards to what they want, but actuality and practicality is two totally different things. They get into that situation, and now the same thing that drew them to you, which is your hustle, your ambition, your nonstop drive. Let me get to the top. That same thing is what they resent you for.
Exactly.
From what I'm learning. You know what I mean?
It's a line in a Killer Mike song that he said. I forgot the specifics of it, but he says that it's something to the effect of, you want to come before my money, but my money the reason that you here.
Correct. Because when you start taking them days off, and then all of a sudden, I can't take you on the 3 trips we normally go on. Or all of a sudden, I can't buy you that outfit that you want. Oh, damn, you want to get your nails done every week? I don't know about every week. We can do bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Nah, it's an issue.
And I'm old enough to have seen people that have given up their goals and their dreams for a relationship. And that is a nightmare.
Bro,
I remember what you used to want to do.
Yeah. Yep. I swear to God, me and my cousin was just talking about this the other day. It's like, bro, like you got a choice to make. Like, do you want to be mediocre and please this woman 100%, or do you want to go chase what it is that you want to chase and get some type of fulfillment? Because let's just be honest here, women can be programmed to what it is that you want to do if she really love you for real.
What you mean by that?
Meaning that, say for instance, me and my old lady, right? When I met her, I told you at the top of this interview, I wanted to be an engineer. Social media take off. Now all of a sudden I'm gone every weekend. I'm touring. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's women here. I'm recording with women. I'm whatever. It's a bunch of fanfare like we and damn Whataburger drive-through.
Yeah.
Got women freaking out. Airport freaking out. We went to an Usher concert the other night. Got stopped 5 times. Can I take a picture? She taking pictures of people for me.
Yeah.
She didn't sign up for that, but she loved me enough to know, okay, this is what he passionate about, so I'm gonna adapt. You see what I'm saying? But if she don't really love you like that, then that's going to be a driving wedge in between y'all, and the relationship is going to crumble regardless of if that's your passion or not. You got some women who would rather a guy be miserable in terms of his career, in terms of his ambition or whatever, as long as he providing her everything that she needs.
Well, that's why a lot of people gravitate to that happy wife, happy life shit.
Right, which is bullshit.
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not really a fan of that because I feel like that's antiquated. Right. I feel like it comes from women that a lot of times you want to hang on to traditional standards, but you want to hang on to the modern shit that you like to do.
Right.
Like you're not a traditional woman. Right. Granted, that's not you. So you can't hold on to the traditional shit that you like to do.
Yeah. I get happy spouse, happy house. That's what we subscribe to. I don't subscribe to that bullshit. Because again, you gotta look at the black male suicide rates. Yeah. They that way for a reason. You look at Pawpaw and the generations before that died at 50, 60.
You look at that now, like that's part of the reason why, like, you want to be specific to black men. That's why the life expectancy isn't as long.
Correct.
That's part of the reason why the life expectancy isn't as long. That's why so many black men are dying from heart disease and stress. Like stress is it's one of the top killers for black men.
Because, man, bro, you gotta understand, like we program to not even demand nothing nice. Dating back to our grandparents, our dads and stuff like that. You look at what they got for Christmas. Ties, socks, shit like that. You see what I'm saying?
And just happy.
All right, cool. Because his fulfillment came from, okay, I'm able to provide everything that y'all need. My kids opening presents. My wife got that new purse or that new, car that she wanted to get. Cool. But deep down, he wanted shit. You know what I mean? Or acknowledgement at the least.
And there's also been stories that I've seen in the past where the family will the family as well, but the kids will resent the father from being away for so long to trying to make that lifestyle for them. Right. So this man who's dedicated majority of his life to raising his kids and making sure they have the best things possible, those kids turn around and resent him because he's not there.
Right. And the wild part is, bro, if you think about it, like that type of man, like how often do he buy himself new outfits? How often do he buy himself new shoes, new jewelry? How often do he just go do things just for his own enjoyment and that's it? How often?
It doesn't happen.
He might get a fishing trip on a Saturday. He might get a couple hours at a golf course, but he ain't just popping out flying on new shit. You know what? I'm gonna go spend $1,000 on my fit because I feel like I deserve it. Most those guys that we talking about, them grown men from them previous generations, they ain't buying themselves a damn thing. My pops wore the same jeans for 10 years, the same shirts for 10 years. Yeah. But he made sure his new furniture in there, made sure my mama had what she need, made sure we have what we need. And I think guys in this generation is on some shit like, nah, we watch that and and we seen through it. We seen deep down, Pops wasn't really happy like that for real. So it's like, let me figure out what it is that make me happy, and let me put my demands in. And like I said, if a woman really love you for real, she gonna meet those demands, because she know if I make my man happy, then he gonna give me everything I want.
Exactly. And now we're in the generation where, like, if a man does kind of even try to prioritize his happiness, oh, this nigga sassy.
Right.
Look at him. He don't go for anything.
Right.
Oh, look at him having expectations.
Standards.
Look at him having standards.
That's a real rap.
Why won't you? Look at you. You want shit for Christmas. Look at you.
It's the wild part, bro.
Like it's crazy.
We see it all the time on social media. You got women out here, man. I want a man 6 foot, make 6 figures. He got to be this. He got to be respected. He got to be.
Well, I don't want a woman that got 3 kids already. How about that? Oh, you a sassy bastard. You sassy bastard.
A misogynist.
He give the best massages. You misogynist.
That's a real rap.
You misogynist.
That's real.
You massager.
That's why I say.
But I'm like. Yeah. At what point does what I want matter? It don't. Nah, but that's what I'm saying. You can't. You're not finna hang that traditional shit over my head, baby girl. No, cause they also got. It's also a bad thing when a nigga let you know he got options. Like, okay, you don't want to cook, cool. Some motherfucker. Like, if I go to the person that shows me the most love, why is that a problem?
Right.
You don't want to be around me, cool. Somebody else do. I'll move on. And I also think it's a difference between, like, just being in touch with your standards, you know, like just being in touch with men are more realistic when it comes to what we can pull. And I also feel like we're a lot happier with just the woman that we want to be with.
Right. Yeah.
But, I'm not gonna be. I love bad bitches. I'm very adamant about that. You see me talking about BBLs on Twitter all the time. I love BBLs. I love bad bitches. Right. But if I find a woman that makes me happy,
we good.
We're good.
We good.
Like and we were talking earlier about the schedule of a content creator or somebody who pushes out their own shit. I would love to find a woman that's as passionate about that as I am. But if I don't, and I find a librarian, cool.
Like I said, as long as she can pick up the slack,
that's what I was about to say. Just pick up the slack. I just want somebody who, like, it's a puzzle piece. And as
Preach.
When we was talking earlier about my failed talking stages and my failed dating experiences, those puzzles. Yeah, you remember you played a puzzle and you thought the piece fit.
That motherfucker didn't go right.
You're trying to force it and. It's not the right piece.
Right.
So no matter how hard you force it, no matter how hard you want it, it's so perfect. It's just a little small piece off. It's not the right piece. So instead of wasting time trying to get this puzzle piece to work into a spot that it doesn't work in, move on and find a puzzle piece that's accurate for what's missing.
But you know what that's gonna take? That's gonna take us prioritizing the right shit in women.
What's the right shit?
Compatibility, 1. Selflessness is 2. Her just having an understanding for what it is that makes you tick and makes you go. You know what I mean? Which is why I got to give my old lady a whole lot of credit. Being with me is a lot.
How did y'all meet?
We from the same city. We've been knowing each other since 8th grade. You know what I mean? But we got together after school, but we've been knowing each other since 8th grade.
You know, one thing that I feel like it's certain times, like when I'm talking to a woman, I have kind of a checklist of things that just automatically disqualify her.
Right. I gotta hear this.
One of the things that's at the very top is their reliance on social media as a part of their personality. Like, if you are trying to keep up with the things that are happening on social media, as somebody who lives in this world and works in this world, it's not going to be anything long term.
Right. Unless you got a career that's tied to that.
Yeah, if you have a career that's tied to that, for sure. But if you're and that career you need to actually have some feet in the game too. Like you can't be aspiring and like. You ain't really did nothing that like you want to do this shit. You ain't really did the work that comes with doing this shit. You feel me? Because if you get it, like I've talked to women that are influencers and they just get it. Like the girl I'm talking to now, she gets it. she understands it. She wants to do it as well, so that makes sense for her.
Right.
But if you are just if you're like a I don't know, a car saleswoman.
Sound like these real estate agents that you ain't never seen sell a house.
What the fuck?
I be bitch got the real estate in the bio, real estate agent certified this and the third. I ain't never seen you sell.
Where the fuck is what is Keller Williams up to right now? Is the Keller Williams OnlyFans is going crazy?
It's going wild.
Yo,
but
is this a kink?
Hey, brother.
Look, no, I'm sorry. Listen, the shorty that says she made 43 M's on OnlyFans. First of all, I'm calling cap on that because that don't even sound realistic. It don't sound realistic, but I'm seeing people like saying, well, you know, she fits the demographic. She fits the demographic. Like shit, she do look like a little kid. There's a lot of creeps on the internet.
The thing is, brother, it's like, and that thing from what I'm learning, like talking to them, like for one, like the porn industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
Right. So that right there alone, and then they fit that look that you talking about.
Yeah.
She might have cleared 43 gross. Net probably no, but 43 gross don't surprise me. The bad Barbie chick just had fame or whatever, and she was clearing what? Goddamn, I can't remember the number, but it was a lot of millions.
She was one of the top earners last year.
Yeah, so it's like I don't put it past them, like, cause a white girl that's kind of, you know, kind of white girl shaped or whatever, that shit go. It don't go to us because where we from and what we like.
I know, not at all. That shit really be disgusting to me, dog. Like,
but as far as they demo, that don't surprise me. I was seeing niggas tweeting about it. Man, ain't no way. I'm like, nah, it's the way, brother. Like, you got no idea.
43 M's is crazy.
Because in that hustle, it's so many layers to it, bro. Like, it ain't even just the subscribers. Like, they selling videos for $5. I'm selling this for $10. I'm selling this for $25. A 10-minute talk to me, $100. Or da da da. So if you like factor that shit in, and she doing that every day of the year, that ain't that far-fetched, brother.
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
Think about it, bro. Like, which is why I fuck with Sauce Walker so much. Cause he done tapped into it to where, like, he got his own little stable, motherfucker doing A1 too. But he be giving up the game, like, you say, bro.
This nigga got the NWO of whores,
bro.
The new whore order,
bro. I ain't gonna lie, like, folks probably making more money off of his stable than music, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Wow.
Dead ass. Like, it's a lot of ways to get it.
Damn, I need to look in some of my Rolodex.
I swear, bro.
Trying to make some money.
I ain't lying to you, because you got to understand, you got some chicks bringing in 200, some chicks bringing in 5, some chicks bringing in 6. You start adding that shit up.
Yeah.
And then if you got motion yourself, which what bro got,
it just add to it.
Add to it,
Damn,
bro.
I need to start using my motion in different ways.
Hey, telling you, if I wasn't married, I'd be right there with bro. I ain't lying.
Big Homie's Dollhouse is coming soon.
Right. What you waiting on? That right there is a whole Zeus Network show, boy. You playing?
Hey now,
bro.
Hey now, say now. Mm-hmm. But you think, oh damn, man, like, damn, the OnlyFans girls need love too, though.
Mm-hmm. But they gotta find somebody who's in that lifestyle, and that be their problem.
Yeah.
They be wanting dudes who work 9 to 5s or dudes who work regular to understand that lifestyle, and they not.
Is it a control thing? Do you think somebody who is making, like a woman that is bringing in that type of money, like say she's a high earner, not just OnlyFans,
Right.
Disclude OnlyFans,
right.
Like say a woman that's like a lawyer, doctor, engineer, she does that. Do you think it is harder for a woman that makes that type of money to date a regular guy?
Yeah, but that's also because a lot of women that are making that kind of money, like their drive to be successful is a trauma response.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning that a lot of them might have came from poverty or might have came from not being able to depend on a man. My dad wasn't there, or, you know, I had a lot of relationships to where the guy left me high and dry and I had to provide or whatever the case may be. So I'm programmed now to where I'm going to make sure I don't need a man for nothing, and I'm going to go super, super, super hard, and I'm going to be successful. With that, again, it's a trauma response. You're not achieving this stuff because you just want to be highly achieving. You achieving this shit because I'm scared to go back to the girl I was that was helpless when I was with this guy, or that was helpless when my dad wasn't in my life. You see what I'm saying? So with that type of woman, it's gonna be a hell of a process, because even if a dude come in and he's solid, she's not gonna trust him right off. to like put the weight on his shoulders that a grown man is gonna come in and expect to carry. It's gonna be a tug of war. She got to make sure that, okay, I'm gonna test you a couple times just to make sure that you ain't gonna pull that rug under me right when I get comfortable. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like, a lot of women who are super successful and like hard to deal with like that, like we be getting mad at them and shit. But like if you really like break down their circumstances and where they come from, you're like, okay, that success is a trauma response. It ain't you just trying to drag your nuts just to drag them. You ain't never been able to depend on a man for nothing.
Yeah.
So why would you start with me all of a sudden? You know what I mean?
Dating women with trauma isn't fun.
At all. At all, brother.
At all. That's like this. I don't recommend it because no matter how well you present yourself, no matter how well intentioned you are, you're still fighting years worth of damage. And that's really, it sucks because it's not their fault.
Right.
They're victims at the end of the day.
Exactly.
But it's like trying to uproot a tree that's been growing in this same soil for 30 years.
Right.
That's difficult. And I've attempted to do it before, but sometimes you have to let sleeping dogs lie.
Right. I mean, it all depends on your tolerance level and like how much you love this woman. Because even with,
but how can you love somebody who damn near they don't love themselves? Like if they got it, like say like just take it back to the OnlyFans shit. Like if they got that money doing some shit that they don't like doing,
right?
And they know like they just feel if they feel dirty, because some of them don't, and that's cool. But if they feel dirty about how they got this money and they've been doing this shit for so long, this is really all they know how to do. Right. And you come in, you're well-intentioned, you're not trying to do any of the negative shit that niggas be doing, because niggas be on bullshit. You're not trying to do that. They don't know how to respond to that. It's almost like, have you ever ask your computer to do some shit and it didn't know how to do it, so it just fucking crashed?
Right.
It's the same thing.
But, and this is why I gotta shoot 'em bail, is because as a man, we go into relationships that way. And what I mean by that is, like, think about it. Like, when you young as a man, like, what's the first thing that you know, people say when you handsome or you got a little emotional, whatever? Oh, he gonna be a heartbreaker. 2 years old, 3 years old. You know what I mean? You grow up and, you know, you hearing your pops talk. Yeah, back in my day, boy, I used to have 4, 5, 6 of them at the dances. Boy, I used to get numbers. I used to do this. I used to do that. And you get to teenage years, you and your boy, man, let's see who can smash first. Let's see who can get the most numbers. Let's see who can do this. So our whole way growing up, relationship is at the back of our mind. Like we treat women like, exactly, you see what I'm saying? But then we get to 23, 24, meet somebody who could possibly be something, making us feel away. And it's hard for us to snap that finger and just be a domesticated man, right? Because of all them years of programming. But it is possible. But it's just going to be a transition period. Yeah. And it's going to take a woman who got grace enough to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to show you how I need to be loved. Yeah. And then I'm going to be patient with you as you bump your head and try. But most men who walk into that situation, we going to fumble it. Like a first good woman we run into, we going to fumble her because of them years of programming that I'm talking about.
The communication is definitely a big piece that is missing. I feel like we, men and women, have different communication habits. Right. Sometimes and here's the thing that I see a lot of women say, oh, I'm not going to teach a man how to love me.
Crazy.
I think that's insane because every woman requires something different. Every woman, like even when it comes to the generic shit, like every woman don't like flowers. Some women don't give a damn about no flowers. Some women don't give a damn about, you know, going out on cute dates. Everybody doesn't like that. Every woman doesn't want you to open their door. Right. Every woman doesn't want you to pick them up on the first date. So to say I'm not going to give any guy any guideline on how to handle me or treat me, that's crazy, because now I'm walking into this blind situation. Like, there is no, when it comes to dating, there is no baseline for women. Every woman is different.
For sure.
And I don't think women understand that, because if you're saying, I'm not going to tell him how to treat me, he should just know. How?
Bro, it's just like anything else. And any women listening to this, let me explain to y'all why that don't make sense. For everybody who done went to college, you might have did 8 years of school, 10 years of school, whatever the case may be. And you learned about this subject. You learned about what it is that you're going to do after you graduate in this specific job. When you apply to this company, it's still a training process. Yeah. You could have 10 years straight of school. It's still a training process. You learn that way. We do things this way. So let me groom you to show you how we do things in this way. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make you less, you know, inadequate or whatever the case may be. It doesn't make you like you deficient or whatever. It's just, I got to teach you how we do things here. Same thing go in relationships, bro. Like, you could have a motherfucker who been married 20 years. When I get out and I'm single now and I'm dating this new girl or whatever the case may be, you different than my wife. Everybody is unique. Just like you just said, everybody wants is unique. Everybody like flowers and all of these things. One might like trips. One might be a homebody. One might like to go out. One might like to stay at the crib. Whatever. You see what I'm saying? But you got to adapt. You got to be versatile enough to adapt to this person. But more importantly, like you said, communicate so we can have a chance. But if we ain't no communication, we ain't got no damn chance.
None at all. Like, I want everybody to realize that, because even as men, like, men don't all like the same shit either.
Man. And we struggle to communicate what it is that we want, going back to what we talked about earlier. A lot of men feel less manly if I got to tell you what it is that I want from you. A woman that asks you all day long, what do you need? Nah, I'm cool. Christmas coming up, what you want as a gift? I don't need no gift. I'm good. But then if it goes on long enough for her not buying it, or goes on long enough for her not doing stuff that we feel like is like specifically designed for us, we'll develop resentment for her low-key. Yeah. Despite the fact we ain't never told her what it is that we want. Yeah.
And that reminds me of something like where, like, just the different community, like going back to communication styles, staying on that topic.
Right.
I saw this girl on Twitter. She said, men will go through different things, and the only thing they'll say is, I'm going to figure it out.
Right.
And I saw that, because that's me too. And I'm like, what the fuck? What else am I gonna do but figure it out? But I think when women face certain things, their response is to talk about it.
Right.
And they want opinions, they want feedback, they want to like get outside information or whatever. When it happens to a man, it's like, I have no choice but to figure this out. I can't cry about it. I can't be sad. I can't be frustrated. And again, that adds to some of the shit that we go through, but it will be, sometimes it will be self-inflicted, but I have no choice but to figure this shit out.
You know why? It's because like men are burdened with leadership. Like, women don't get judged for failing. Let's call it what it is. Like, you have a woman who will be in a career or whatever, and let's say that she lose her job and she got to go stay with her parents. She's not going to be less less desirable on the dating market because she living with her parents. But let a man lose his job. Got to go stay with his parents. And he ain't driving that Benz no more. Or he ain't got that little loft that's in the sky downtown, whatever the case may be. His marketability from a dating perspective drops.
Yeah.
Men are judged by results. That's it. That's all. So when you say, I'm going to figure it out, we ain't got a goddamn choice, because if we don't figure it out,
there's no safety net.
Ain't no safety net.
You a bum. You're a bum ass nigga if you don't figure it out.
And if you do got the safety net, let's say that you do got parents who willing to take you in, you're gonna get judged for going back.
Oh no, I have the safety net and I just won't take it.
Exactly.
Like, I'm living in Atlanta, Buckhead. Like, this shit is expensive. Right. I could save a good $2,000
easy
going back to the crib. I'm not gonna do that.
And why?
Because I will get judged for it.
Correct.
I will get judged for that shit.
Correct.
I can't go on no dates. I can't take nothing back home because it's just different.
Correct.
And I'm not judging anybody that does do that, because I presented this topic on the timeline. It's ironic you mentioned it. I presented that topic and I was like, man, in this day and age, is it becoming normalized in our culture for people to move back home?
Right. And
the responses are what you're saying. Because if a woman does it, ain't nobody give a damn about no fine ass woman moving back home. Shit,
means nothing.
All right, good. Yes, queen. If a nigga move back home with his mama, look at this bum.
Failure.
Look at this loser. Just look at him stay with his parents. You can't talk shit. Don't you live with your mama? You can't say shit to me.
First thing coming out their mouth. You better not ever get in an argument with your girl. You stay at the crib with your parents.
No.
That's the first thing coming out of her mouth.
Broke ass nigga.
That's real, because men get judged, like I said, by results. That's it. That's all. We create infrastructure for them to walk into, and if we are incapable of creating said infrastructure,
and I'll admit, like, sometimes, again, this shit is self-inflicted, because I look at it like that too. Because how, as a man, am I a leader of anybody's household and I stay with my mama? It's self-inflicted.
And just think about it when, like, we getting into issues, or let's say we arguing with a nigga, First thing come out, man, broke ass nigga, sit your ass down. So what the fuck is you talking about?
You better talk to your mama, nigga.
That's real. That's the first thing coming out of our mouth. We judging a nigga by his results, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what this nigga got? What he wearing? Nigga, what this nigga drop? Man, that old bullshit ass car. Man, get your broke ass up out of here. That's the men do it too. So that's why it's funny. Like when we be tripping on women doing it,
like
we
can't
do it to each other.
I think that's a bigger thing. Are men their own safe space? I don't think we are.
And again, man, bro, I swear to God, me and bro just talking about this the other day. Men don't have real conversations with each other like that for the very reason we talking about. We feel like we're gonna judge each other. I can't come to you, and you might be my dog. Like we might have struggled together, went through whatever together. But when we start elevating or whatever, and let's say I fall back a little bit, it's gonna be hard for me to come to you and be like, man, bro, my shit tight right now, man. I might get evicted. Niggas might take my car. I'm going through this. I'm going through that because we don't want to look weak to our boys. Yeah. So that causes us to have very superficial
we don't have
relationship.
Community.
That's real, bro.
Yeah.
So now everything. Just think about the shit we talk about when we get together. We're talking about hoes,
sports.
We're talking about sports.
Yeah.
We're talking about ways to possibly get money.
That's
top
it. 3.
You understand what I'm saying? Anything past that, as far as deficiencies or niggas ain't gonna come to each other. Hey, bro, I feel like I'm not being the best father that I could be right now.
Damn.
I feel like I'm not being the best husband that I could be right now. Men not gonna come to each other and have that conversation. And because of that, just like you said, it ain't no safe space. So now we damn sure can't communicate that to our women because of what we just said.
Yeah.
Fear of being judged.
Yeah.
So we can't communicate it to our women and we can't communicate it to each other.
Niggas just holding that shit in. Niggas be dying with that shit. Literally. Dying with that stress.
It's real rap, bro.
That's crazy because we talk about, like, of course we on the same time, so we see the same shit. Mm-hmm. We talk about this shit like, man, women don't give grace to men, and niggas don't give grace to themselves
at all.
Because I'm thinking about it now, like, I would want one of my homies to be that vulnerable with me. Man, I had one of my old teammates die. Like not last year, earlier this year. And I felt like a bitch crying at his funeral.
Right. That's real shit.
Like that was the like and like, damn, if we can't be open with each other in this setting, what is it gonna take? Like, is this something that's and is it just black men, or is this something that other races deal with as well? I'm not in those other circles to answer that question.
Right, me too.
But it's just like I do know there is a lot of hyper masculinity attached to being a black man, because even when it comes to like for instance the Boosie thing, when he said he had a stripper have sex with his kid, and when you see these teachers having sex with kids in the school, there are some black men that be like, oh yeah, that was you're supposed to, supposed to, but not knowing the type of damage that shit is causing.
Right.
I had a close friend say something. It was a chick. She said something about her man that was similar to something like that, and it made so much sense why they were going through some of the things. This man is traumatized,
right?
But black boys aren't allowed to have trauma.
Talking about from a young age,
from a kid. You was 15 and that 30-year-old girl sucked your dick. Man, hell yeah, high five, nigga.
Wild part, even go back further than that. Like, if you got a little boy in here 3 years old, little girl in here 3 years old, that little boy fall and start crying, what everybody gonna say?
Get up.
You a man, make it your ass up. Man don't cry, we don't do that. That girl start crying, whoa, hold on, babe, you all right? You good? You okay? Do you need anything? Men don't get it. Start from a young age.
Dude, as a matter of fact, I saw a video online last week of a girl. She had a big fat ass. She was bending over looking at something, right? But it was a little boy behind her, staring at her shit. Yeah. You saw that?
Yeah, I seen it.
And everybody was laughing. But if it was a man and a little girl staring at his dick print,
you got locked up, brother.
The conversation is different.
Totally different. So you got to think, like, men don't get sympathy, bro. It's a lot of men walking around right now that's one hug away from just breaking down crying.
Man, you right.
Like, I swear to God, bruh, like, I'm talking about dudes walk around with so much shit on our shoulders, man, and we'll walk in the room and we use toxic masculinity as a way to kind of protect ourselves. And we be thinking, oh, he just want to be tough. No, he trying to hide his insecurity that's on the inside. He trying to hide like the fact that he breaking down on the inside. So even when we meet each other, it be smoke right out the gate or just cold. Nigga walk in with a whole meme. If like let's say I walk in here and there's 5 niggas in here. I'm gonna walk in here, I'm gonna look at everybody, but it's gonna be cold. It ain't gonna be.
Yeah, it's not gonna be warm
because I want to make sure niggas know I ain't to be played with.
Yeah.
But then as soon as one of them open up, be like, "Hey, bro, what's up, bro?" All of a sudden, y'all locked in. Y'all the best of friends ever in the world.
The
you see what I'm
different.
saying? But just that initial thought on the walk in, it's like, and it be so many of us that be like getting in our own way, business wise, getting in our own way, relationship wise. For that very reason, because we walking around with so much insecurity and so much just vulnerability that we hadn't been able to express.
Yeah.
That you may fuck around and be beef. Even niggas who beefing with each other. Y'all got way more in common than you think.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it take for y'all to get cool, have one conversation, y'all be ready to shoot each other and all type of shit. And y'all have one conversation, you be like, damn, this nigga just like me.
Yeah.
He grew up just like I did. Like,
damn, we know the same people.
We like the same sports teams. We like the same. But before you make that interaction, before that ice is broken, it's just cold. It's a shield.
Yeah.
And that, especially in our community, I can't speak no other communities, but in our community, that shit gotta change, bro. Because there's so many people, like I say, who could be powerful, collaborating and working with each other. Like you a part of this industry, you know. Like when you building your platform, you try to reach out to niggas. Niggas ain't as receptive as they should be.
Especially especially here, man. It's like niggas are against working together. Like, bro, I'm not your enemy, my nigga. Like, it's been so many times I've reached out to a nigga, like, just want to collaborate or some shit. Bro. And I'm very open to collaboration, but one thing that I've learned, niggas will take advantage of that.
For sure.
Like, bro, I gave you opportunity, and this how you do me. Like, it's to the point now where, like, man, that's how this shit even got started. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, like, I'm collaborating with niggas, and the people that know me and been following me long enough know who I'm talking about. But, like, I'm thinking we all on the same page, but because I'm taking this shit, niggas, the shit I used to do, niggas thought it was mine. Right. Because I was carrying the flag that hard. But they was like, oh man, you acting like you run this shit. Like, no, nigga, I'm taking this shit serious. Like, I feel like it's a great opportunity for me. I had just left TMZ and I wanted to build with people that look like me. Right. This shit is going good, but egos. Niggas and egos.
Brother, I ain't lying. I mean, I'm going through that right now with crew season. Crew season just recently broke up for some of the same reasons that we talking about. Egos,
man. Like, that's why, like, when you look at the team I got around me now, like, it's not a lot of niggas. It's like maybe one. Like, on the big homies house team, is one. My nigga Coogee he ain't coming in through with no ego. Right. Coogee don't have no ego. Coogee a nigga that just want to work. When it come to big facts, I thank God for niggas like DJ Scream and Big Bank, because these niggas changed my life. Right. DJ Scream, DJ Scream, Big Bank, Greg Street, Ryan Cameron, these are niggas who my success was not threatening their position.
Exactly.
And even if I did get popping, they knew it was space for all of us at the table.
That's the mindset that a lot of other cultures have that we don't have.
We don't, bro. We
don't
like
stick together, bro.
We treat this shit like it's only room for one of us at the table. Like, we say, oh, a black woman are caddy, niggas are caddy too.
And if you look at it, bro, it's in every industry. You look at comedy, it's the same way. It can only be one. You look at music, it can only be one.
Hollywood.
But then when people start working with each other, man, that nigga riding his jockstrap. Man, he riding his wave. No, they just both lit and they collabing because we more powerful together than we are apart. Don't get me wrong, it's cool to be up and be that guy or whatever, but the only thing about that, brother, is what I learned. The higher you climb on that mountain and you up there and you that guy, it's just a matter of time before, like, the bullseye just gets big on your chest.
Absolutely. I mean, it's everything in life. The figurative always matches the literal, right? So if we are on a ladder and shit, you climbing that ladder and you start at the bottom with 20 niggas. Some niggas gonna fall off. Some niggas gonna get pulled off. Some niggas gonna get sniped. Some niggas just gonna be like, man, I don't even want to do this shit no more. But eventually, you become the one. And being the one comes with a target.
And the wild part is come with the target of the same niggas who's on the ladder with you.
Exactly.
Most times. But continue. Pardon me,
Exactly. Like you're not doing this to spite any of the people that didn't make it. You're doing it for yourself. But your ambition and the passion that you have to this is a threat to their masculinity for whatever reason. Oh, look at this nigga want to be great. Why is fuck me for? What I do?
Well, bro.
Like we don't have to be in competition. I ask you for advice all the time. Damn. It ain't never been a time where like, man, that nigga Trill AC, man, I gotta find a way to get rid of this nigga. No, we can all eat.
And when you ask me for the advice, what do I do?
You give me the fucking advice and I apply it. You see me apply this shit. I will apply the advice that's given.
Cooking right now, too.
I appreciate that, man. But niggas got to realize, bro, like we can all eat. That is the big takeaway, man. We can all eat off this shit.
You know what it is, bro, is I think a lot of people be mistaken with the fact that, like, thinking that the content that you make or thinking, you know, that the genre that you in is going to dictate your success. And it's not that. People buy into you, not the content.
Absolutely.
And all of us is unique.
Absolutely.
You unique. Like you have a way that you present, way that you talk, you animated, you lively, you social. I'm chill, I'm laid back, my demeanor is, but again, it's room for both of us to eat. We are not the same person. And we both bring two totally different things to the situation. And we can both be just as powerful as each other, but we both bring something different because everybody's unique. But a lot of people be feeling like, hey, it's like we do the same thing, or like we got the same demo, so it can only be one. And it's just like, yeah, but people don't buy into what you say. It's a lot of people that give similar advice to what I give relationship-wise, or say a lot of similar things to what I say. People don't subscribe to me for that. People don't buy into me for that. They buy into me for the way that I deliver it and my personal experience that backs it, what I'm giving. You see what I'm saying? But that's unique to you. And I think once people realize that, then they're gonna accept the fact that it's a lot of ways for everybody to eat.
And you're right. We do have we have different backgrounds. We have different like life circumstances. Like you're married, you have kids. I'm single. I don't.
Right.
I'm big in the political space as well. I like different types of shit.
Right.
So we can both have platforms and have similar conversations and do it totally different ways, and that's perfectly fine.
And come together.
Exactly.
And blend our demos.
Exactly, man. That's what this shit is, man. I hope y'all niggas learn something from this.
Sure.
But I do have another question before we get up out of here. So one thing I see women say about men is that we don't hold our friend groups accountable. Do you think that's something that does that hold merit?
Not at all. And women who say that, you could tell they ain't spend a lot of time around men. Like, man, we don't have no filter when we criticizing each other.
Yeah.
But one of our guys let's say you overweight one, is like, get your fat ass in the gym, boy. What is you on? Like, you supposed to be da 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 da. So as women, when they critiquing each other, if they critique each other, it's gonna be way more soft. It's gonna be way more kid
Women ain't
love,
telling their friends they getting fat.
You understand what I'm saying?
Women is not doing that.
But with men, like when we make mistakes, so man, what your ass is broke. What you doing? Your people, man, get your ass off your mama couch, nigga. Go make some money. Like, what is you on?
Yeah.
That's the critique that men give each other. Like, it's harsh, it's uncut, it's right to the point. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of women ain't spend enough time around men to get that. Even when we dealing with our old ladies and shit like that, dude may be wilding. We gonna tell them, hey, bro, you got a good woman at home, bro. What the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
This chick you messing with right here, this bitch ain't worth nothing.
Nothing. Nathaniel, nothing.
You playing, and you gonna get her pregnant, and then your whole world gonna crumble. Nigga, you got something solid, man. Take care of what's solid.
Exactly.
That's what, now again, I think what they be expecting us to do
they want
is
us
like
to beat
physically
these
stop
up.
it. So it's like, I'm not gonna physically impose, because the men gonna do what they want to do anyway.
Yeah.
But any man that got a friend group around him, and I'm willing to stand 10 toes on this. If he done violated or if he done something wrong, any man who got a friend group around him, he cannot say, none of my friends told me better.
Yeah, and even when it comes to stuff that is particularly malicious, like if you got a nigga that's a creep in your, like I honestly, women say this shit all the time. You need to check your creep. I don't have any that I know of, and if I do, tell me
at all.
Cause I don't want that. Because the position that we're in, that shit affects us.
Correct. Because that's gonna be Kodak homeboy.
Exactly.
Who did this? It ain't gonna be he ain't got no name.
Yeah.
You got the name. It's Kodak homeboy out here wilding.
Like one of Kai Sinat homies did some crazy shit, and he instantly got away from him. But you know what the blog said? Kai Cenat's friend.
Correct.
That nigga don't got a name. It's gonna be attached to me. So women, like when they say shit like that, I'm like, do y'all think we know what these niggas is doing? And if we did, we would immediately, nigga, you're out the group chat.
Brother, I got a day one homie. I'm talking about from Port Arthur with me, been through the trenches, been through all type of shit I can't even speak of on this microphone. Got somebody pregnant, didn't take care of his kids. We are no longer boys. We don't speak at all.
Cause you got kids.
Correct. Correct. So it's more like that's how firm and hard pressed men is on their morals. Grown men is. Now if you dating somebody who allowing they friends to do bullshit, then you're not dating a grown man.
Well, a lot of times women will allow their friends to do bullshit. Like if on a lot of levels. Like if they friend is finessing a nigga that has genuine feelings for them.
Right. I seen
that.
That.
They're not gonna say, "Oh, girl, you need to leave that nigga alone. You're not gonna do right by him." Oh, get the bag, queen. Yeah.
Right.
Like women aren't good friends. They're not good. They're not good friends to each other.
Mm-mm.
They're not good friends in a group. They're gonna empower that shit. Yes, get the bag. Da da da.
Yep.
Like this nigga love you, and you out here financially abusing him. And that's another thing too.
Mm-hmm.
That is another thing. I don't think it's taken seriously when women do financially abuse niggas. Like sometimes like if a man, granted, as they should, if a man is out here manipulating a woman to get what he wants from her physically, that should be called out, right? But the energy is different if a woman is out here mentally manipulating a man for the things that come with that. Like, bro, this nigga, like, this bro kind of slow, and you out here.
But it speaks to what we talked about earlier. Men can't be victims.
Hell no.
It ain't no room for that for us. Women can be victims even when they in the wrong. We see it. Like, it'd be a situation where, you know what I mean, a woman might cheat on her man. What's the first question to ask?
What did you do to make him cheat?
But when it's the other way around, you just a horrible man. You're a horrible human being. I can't believe that you would do this woman like this. You can give whatever excuse. And they going to say, it ain't no excuse. You should have just left.
Yeah.
Men don't get to be victims, brother.
That's crazy.
And that's just the unfortunate reality.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, we're going to work. Well, we got to do the things that we can do in our own communities amongst our own friends group, because I feel like we are at a point where, shit, you just got to save yourselves. You got to save yourselves. You got to save your family and the people that are close to you.
Yep.
And that's the good that you can put out in the world. But trying to save us as a whole, fool's errand.
Thing is, bro, you know what I'm learning, man, is that the alienation work better than anything else. Like
alienation.
People who don't fit our moral code, people who don't live by the standards that we live by, removing ourselves from them and not giving them access to us.
Yeah.
That's what's going to change things. You understand? It's kind of similar to with women, right? Like, it's a lot
we
of
don't
men
shame enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of men dealing with some women who is on straight bullshit, right? But in our mind, we rationalize it like, okay, well, I'm just smashing. I ain't taking it serious.
Yeah.
But not realizing that women equate sex to actual interest. So what that's gonna do is you entertaining her. You know she ain't worth shit, and you know it's just sex. But in her mind, she feel like, okay, he interested, so I'm gonna do this more. So we be creating more of the women that we don't want to see.
Yeah.
By accident.
You're validating her.
Correct.
Like, damn, I'm doing all this, and he's still giving me attention.
Correct.
Like, man, another thing I was dealing with earlier this year. I had to hang up mid conversation because we wasn't even talking about nothing. But the purpose of the phone call was something business related.
Right.
But you want to bring up old personal shit, and you want to now you want to discuss it. But when I wanted to discuss it when it was happening,
you didn't
want to talk. But now it's 8 months later. Now you want to have the discussion. You want to argue and do all this yelling and shit on the phone. Click, block Instagram. Because I'm at the point of my life right now. I'm at peace. I don't need any extra anything right now.
Me too, brother.
I go home when I'm done leaving here. I go home, light my candles, sit in the dark, play
some music. Yeah, go ahead.
Play college football on mute.
Right. I thought it was just me.
Nah, man, I don't like all that. Listen,
I don't like that. Nah, I don't want his shit.
All the band shit. That's
Right.
cool. Maybe the first week you get it.
Right.
But I play college football on mute.
Mm-hmm.
I put some Apple Music on in the background.
Right.
I don't even listen to. I rarely listen to rap at home. That's
Right.
another. I told my mama that today.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like, oh well, you're in the hip hop. I don't listen to rap a lot. Like it got like I listened to Kendrick album, loved it. But like my most listened to album this year probably Billie Eilish. Shabuzi got a banger too.
He do.
Shabuzi got a banger too.
Speaking of, how you feel about them robbing them at them awards like that? I mean, it was just blatant.
It was blatant, but I also feel like we're in a space right now in just in history where I don't like when people try to present themselves as the good one, like one of the good ones.
Right.
You feel me? Because he did everything right.
Right.
Shabuzi has a record-breaking run right now. I cannot wait till my Apple Music replay comes out because that's probably one of my most listened to songs of 2020. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I listened to the whole album. He got a song on there with Noah Cyrus called My Fault. That shit is it's melodic. It's a very melodic song. He got a song on there with Big X the Plug. That is a banger. Like that's really the club song.
Right.
That's a better club song than a bar song.
Yeah.
It's fuck Drink Don't Need No Mix. That shit is a banger. But we have people that try to present themselves as, oh well, I'm one of the good ones and you guys are gonna love me. You cannot good one your way out of racism.
That's real.
You are a nigger.
Every day of the week, brother.
That is you.
Twice on Sunday.
And I hate that it happened to him because this guy makes great music.
Literally.
But if you want to be if you are trying to paint yourself in a way that you think will be presentable and will be accepted in these spaces, then you're already gonna lose because it doesn't fucking matter.
You gotta be unapologetically you, like bold and brash with it, like unapologetic.
Be a nigga. Don't
real.
like. And I appreciate Shabuzi performing at the BET Awards because sometimes when artists get to that level, they kind of like shy away from that. But honestly, and this is just me speaking objectively, like I love her, but Shabuzi album was a better country album than Beyonce's.
Got you.
Country, like a pure country album, it was a better country album than Beyonce's. Not saying Shabuzi's a better artist.
Right.
But as a country album, that was better than Beyonce's album. But I also think Beyonce makes Beyonce music.
Of course.
That is just tailored to
Correct.
even when she eventually does whatever the next genre is. Whether it's a rock album, whether it's a rap album, whatever it is, it's going to be a Beyonce album.
For sure.
So Beyonce is in a space where I feel like Megan Thee Stallion is heading, where she can make music for her and her fans that like her.
Regardless.
Beyonce's fans are fans of Beyonce Knowles.
That's it.
Beyonce Giselle Knowles. Megan Thee Stallion fans are fans of Megan Pete, the person. And I feel like that is the most powerful brand of fandom because these people, no matter what you do, Megan Thee Stallion could make an album, 12 tracks, 3 minutes a song of just her farting.
And they gonna rock out.
They are going to rock out with that shit. Damn, you heard track 3, that farts and that shit was banging. And that's cool.
Yeah.
Because it's all art at the end of the day.
But again, it go back to what we said earlier when we talk about social media and influencers the same way. Like people buy into you.
They buy into you.
The content is you.
Like, you know what song I randomly play because I love this artist? The fucking Poopity Scoop Scoop. The Kanye shit.
Shit.
Lift Yourself. Random.
That is random.
I might listen to that shit on the way home.
That is random as hell right there.
Poopity Scoop Poop.
That.
I listen because I'm a Kanye West fan.
Right.
You feel me? So anything Kanye, even the album that people don't like, Ye, I listen to Ye all the time. So yeah, that's a part of being a fan. And Shabuzi's gonna be good. I can't wait for his next. I really want to use Shabuzi and Young Thug project.
That'd be hard, and that's why I hope he just don't get discouraged because I know like going through some shit like that it can make you discouraged. He had the biggest song of the fucking year, bro.
Absolutely,
just
like politics getting into the way of the art is always going to be frustrating because you experience it in the blog space too. Because I experienced it when I noticed that some of the bigger blogs stopped posting me.
Right. Because you went from
aspiring
being that undiscovered gem
to
being competition.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I do appreciate when some of the blogs do still support me. Like, you know, I granted I do know like sometimes it is pay for play. They're not gonna post. They're gonna keep posting and promoting you for nothing.
Right.
You feel me? So I do understand that part of it. But Jasmine brand always shows me love. They literally just posted me like while we were sitting in here. Baller alert. Spiritual word, and surprisingly enough, fucking TMZ at least gives me one a year.
Yeah. and that's all you need.
TMZ will give me one a year. I just got one from TMZ a few weeks ago when they reposted the Davido clip. So I'm appreciative of the blogs that do show me love. Neighborhood talk as well sometimes.
Right.
So shout out to Kyle over there as well. But you know, it's an industry, and we're working in it. And my bigger goals are just franchising and branching out to different things. And that's why when people say, "Oh, it's just a podcast." No, it's not. If you see my notes app, I have so much shit written down. But you know, don't believe me, just watch.
Real rap, brother. That's real. I can't wait to see it, brother.
Trill AC.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling, man? You good?
I'm incredible, bro.
Good conversation.
Always.
So give them your socials so they can follow you and stay tapped in with everything you're doing.
The Trill AC everywhere, man. That's TheTrillac. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You know, YouTube. I just created a YouTube channel, Trill's Academy.
Is it gonna be a couple's YouTube?
Nah, it's gonna be mine. But because
again,
this is my new brand. Well, she kind of like she into fitness, so like she trying to go into that lane.
Do it. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So like we done been kind of I've been kind of getting her right, preparing of what's to come and stuff. I keep telling her, you know, it's a lot that go into this shit. It ain't just about likes and all that. It's gonna be some criticism. And you got to be willing to handle it. You see what I'm saying? So that's my only reservation. Like, I can handle it. You don't want
to expose it to that shit.
Exactly. Because you know how this shit is, bro.
Yeah. Like, listen, I was trolling people on the way here. Like,
you know what I mean? So that's just how it goes.
But when I comment back, I'm doing it specifically to get you to say some shit back.
Right.
I'll ask whatever just to say, I'll antagonize it. I don't give a damn. Right. About to get this engagement up, okay?
Hey, by any means necessary, bro.
Yeah.
That's just that.
Trill AC came and kicked with your homies. Big Homies House, your big homie Kodak. Shout out 96.1 The Beat. Of course, JoJo and Big Homie Show every Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to midnight. And we go!